Jesse, a boy with dark hair and glasses, sits at a table with the TVI playing with small shapes. He then matches the shapes to 4 bold black outlines on a white card.
For the child who is developmentally young, measurement of acuity is at best a gross estimate. Assessing the child's acuity means determining what size object can be seen at what distance, with what contrast, and under what illumination. The information sought is both visual detection and visual discrimination. Detection means that the child is aware that something is present, but he cannot identify it. Visual discrimination means the child can distinguish an item from among others, regardless of whether he can actually name that item.
Jesse puts 1-inch plastic beads into a clear plastic container and then presses the lid on the container. The TVI spreads tiny sprinkles on the table.
Excellent, Jesse. Oops. Shanna spilled these little teeny ones on here too.
Wow.
Notice that Shanna is using rainbow sprinkles and other cake decorations of various sizes to determine Jesse's near acuity. Notice too that Shanna actually used a tape measure to determine distance of object to eye and size of object. Eileen, likewise, uses various sized objects. She starts with objects about 1.5 to 2 inches, then moves down to objects about 1 inch in size, and then to Cheerios presented on a black background.
Jesse is seated at the table with the TVI. The white card with 4 boldly outlined shapes is in front of him. The TVI presents small 2 by 3 inch cards with diagrams of the shapes to Jesse, who matches them to the shape outlines on the card. The camera fades to show Aisha, an African-American infant who appears to be about 9 months old, seated on the carpeted floor with brightly colored toys scattered around her. A TVI holds up a small 1-inch yellow bear, about 6 to 8 inches from Aisha's face. Aisha stops fussing and fixates on the small toy before turning her head to the left and resuming her fussing behavior.
Jesse, where does this one go?
It is important to be aware of positioning the child to avoid glare and direct light exposure. You may also need to increase contrast of object to surface depending on color of object and surface and visual functioning. Another point to bear in mind that 2 sessions may be necessary to make the acuity determination, especially for an infant. Infants have very limited attention spans and can quickly become tired and irritable.
The camera focuses on the white card with 4 bold outlines of a circle, square, house, and apple. Inside each shape outline is a matching 3-dimensional shape and a small card with a tiny diagram of the shape.
I wonder what this is.
A barn.
Okay.
Using concrete materials, as in detection acuity, makes acuity more meaningful to the child's parents and other caregivers. The caregivers can then model the size, distance, contrast, illumination assessment of acuity and convey this information to other educators and clinicians.